I know some of y'all got homecoming coming up, so we're going to make a homecoming lineup schedule flyer, okay? This is something that you will have to be printed. So if you're working in Photoshop, I would definitely put the resolution at 300. The width, I would put it in inches, because like we know how to measure things in inches in real life, right? It depends on how big you want your flyer. I plan on just doing a square flyer. Like the standard size for this is 8.5 inches by 11. So if you kind of like eyeball this, if you want to like break this up into a square, or I guess into like 4 quadrants, whatever, like that's how you can visualize what it would be in real life. But anyways, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna put the size to be like, I don't know, I'll put 10 inches by 10 inches. That's what you can do for that. I'm gonna just only use this design for social media purposes, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch mine back to pixels. I'm gonna just do 1080 by 1080. Just letting y'all know that ahead of time, just in case. Okay. All right, so you're gonna have a square on your screen. The whole inches and pixels thing, it's not gonna mess nothing up. I'm gonna go ahead and save this as a file. So make sure you do that ahead of time, please. I was going through, and it's gonna have to be Chris Brown. So I'm gonna get this image, drop this in here. So you know, a lineup is really just gonna have a bunch of text on it. You don't want to have it to be too you don't want it to be picture heavy. So I'm just gonna put this right here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut him out actually. So I'm gonna do select subject. I'm gonna do select and mask because it didn't pick up his microphone, but it is kind of dark right there, so I understand why I didn't get that. Let's see. I think I'll just draw it on myself, and that's okay. Let's zoom out. Want the edges to be a little bit more smoother. It can be a little bit better. I'm gonna increase this a little bit. And then I'm gonna bring the contrast up a little bit just to make those edges a little bit sharper. See, now it's crisp. All right, you're gonna hit okay. Hit your layer mask down here, and then we're good right there. So I'm gonna just call this Brown University, okay? I'm just go to defont.com, and I'm just gonna type in college and see what comes up. I keep looking down because I'm looking at my sketch that I did for this. But anyways, I wanted to get this rectangle. So I want this to be like in the middle of the page. So sometimes I like to go up here. You'll see these 3 dots. I'll click on canvas because this whole thing is called a canvas. And then I want to align it to the center horizontally. I mean, so there we go. All right. I also want to use one of my favorite fonts called Avenir. This font looks good with literally everything. And when you try to resize your text box, if it's doing like this and only like moving it on one side, that's okay. But I like for them to move at the same time on both sides. So you can hold down the Alt key and then click and drag that in, and it'll do it at the same time. So there's just a little shortcut. All right, so I'm gonna make this smaller. This is also a nice little design hack. Open the navigator. If you don't see it, go to window and then you'll find navigator. And whenever I zoom in, I just like to click and drag this thing around. So that way I gotta keep trying to scroll with the mouse. It'd be too much. There we go, that's good. Now it's time to add the dates and like what's going on each day. I'm gonna use the same font though. So remember how I was saying, if you just keep replicating everything, it just makes it easier. So I'm gonna do Monday. Hold on, I might need a calendar because I don't even know what these days would be. Let me get my phone. Maybe I should just put party background, concert background. It just can't be too busy. Something like that. But a better one. Club setting, duh. Club set, oh, nightclub setting. That should work. Oh, we could probably work with that one. I'm gonna size it up like this, break it up a little bit. Make sure I send this one to the back. I'm gonna go up here, I'm gonna get a solid color. I'm gonna pick like this purple that's on him. I'm gonna hit OK. Make sure that purple is above your background layer though. And then I'm gonna just play with the blend modes. So you would come up here, and I just like to go down and check each one and see how it affects the picture. So something like that is really what I was looking for. Okay, so that's multiply. I'm gonna still go through all of them. Linear burn is okay. This one could probably work. Let me see. I'm gonna hit color for a second, but I'm gonna hide it. Can we do like a gradient map? Yeah, I don't really mess with gradient maps for real, but we're gonna try it out today. So with a gradient map, so a gradient is just when there's two colors or 3 or 4 or 30 and they just like flow together, like nicely. Kind of like how this is, like it just flows. Come over here and then click this. Click here first. God dang, I'm just messing up today. Click here first, okay, and then click on the purple. All right, so that's one of your colors. And then on the other end, click here, and I'm gonna get like, I guess this color. Or maybe I should just try to do a lighter purple, because I'm just trying to pick up the color. No, not really. Maybe this? That could work? Yeah, I think that's what I'm going for. But I also want some white in there too. So if you want to add another one, just like come in here. See, that kind of works. Change the color, go to white. But I don't want it to be there though. I want to mix it. Like I'm gonna just switch the location of these two and see if I like that. It's decent, but so you just gotta keep playing with it so you can see what you like. But I mean, I don't want the colors to be like that harsh either. I'm gonna just kind of play around with the blend modes. Kind of like this one. Okay, so I'm gonna do that one. Then I'm gonna come back here, right click this, make it a smart object, filter, blur, and then Gaussian blur. So it'll kind of blur out a little bit like that because I didn't want it to be too distracting. And something else I like to do too is I'll get a solid color. So come here and I'll just get black. I'm probably doing like too much, but this is just what I'll be doing, like just to have a little extra effect. So I'll add black and then I'll like lower the opacity so it kind of makes him stand a little bit away from the background, because if not it'll kind of make him like mesh together with it. But you want to make it so that it's obvious that he's like a little bit away from it. So something like this could work. So obviously since the background is a bit darker, then I want my text in the front to be a lighter color. So white would be really ideal. And then I'm gonna come here, make all of it white. But you know, it doesn't have to be white. It could be some other brighter color. It's whatever you feel like works. All right, change that to white. Now you want to put what's happening on like each day. So what I would do is come here, get the rectangle tool, and then just like draw out a box so you can like write or type, I guess, on there. So I'm just zoom in a little bit. Make sure this lines up with the left side of the M. So I want to add like these little like dashes in between those little sections. I'm gonna just take the easy way out. I'm gonna just draw a text box and I'm gonna just type dots the whole time. So this is what we got so far. Okay, so I feel like maybe my boxes might look a little bit better if they were white instead. So let me just try it out for one of them, and then I'll have my text to be like maybe one of these pink colors or purple. Right there. There we go. That looks good. Okay. So I'm gonna actually get this, bring it to the top. I'm gonna put something like, you know that one tattoo Chris Brown got? Hold on, before I even mention it, I don't even know what it stands for. So let me like look it up. I think it's like something dealing with his record label, like the name or something. Okay, Original Hood Bosses. He has a tattoo that says OHB, so I was just like, I don't know what that stands for. So there's this one example I was looking at online, and they pretty much kind of did a similar thing to this one. I need Brown University to pop a little bit more. I might just go ahead and use the bold one. Yep, that was it. That was the one I should have used the first time. Double click here. I know you're gonna want to use inner glow and outer glow. Don't do it. Use a drop shadow. See what I mean? It's just softer. But I'm gonna click reset to default. I'm gonna have this color to be white. Make this normal. Bring this up. You see the glow working just a little bit. And now we just gotta keep playing around with this stuff. So I think I'm gonna have my distance at 0. Increase the spread. And the size. So that's kind of too much. I'm gonna just bring down the opacity. What if I keep increasing this? Maybe something like that. I want to try adding another drop shadow. So the top one is my glow. The bottom one, I'm just hit reset to default. And I want to see what happens if I try to add like a black under it. But this works. So if I hide it, well, no, I did something. Did a little something. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna leave that like that. I want Brown University to stand out just a little bit. Let me go to Brown University. Double click there. I just want like a simple drop shadow on this one. Nothing too crazy. What if I added a stroke around this one? What if I made it black? Put it on the outside. I like that a lot better. And now I'm just kind of messing around. So I'm gonna click on this layer though. And I'm gonna come right here. I'm gonna go to gradient. So you see it added the gradient, but I want this to be at the top and like not so much of it. So right now the angle is at 90. I just need it to be all the way down here. So the opposite. So it just needs to be -90. So I'm gonna just type it instead. The layer is weird. Like you can't just like drag it around, right? It just is what it is. But if you want to drag it around, right click it and then hit rasterize layer. And now you can like even resize it and stuff if you want to. So I'm gonna do that. Oh, let me actually like drag this behind everything. There we go. Click and drag this up. I'm holding down shift. Yeah, that works. I want this same gradient at the bottom though. So I'm gonna just duplicate it, rotate it. If you wanna rotate something, hover the mouse on the edge. You'll see a little curve cursor. I just want to do that. Bring it to the bottom. That works. That works. I'm gonna color these. Oh, in my example, they have like something that looks like a sticker. And I think we're done. All right, so there is your Brown University Homecoming Week event schedule lineup. All right, so I'm linking my Instagram on the screen. So if y'all want to send me any suggestions, if you have any questions on like how to make something, then I can always make a video on that. I do literally everything from flyers, t-shirt designs, logos, business cards, but anything dealing with text and photos, I got you. Brochures. But yeah, so if y'all have any other questions, just let me know, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.